Hey, if you were listening to the music, then you know what time of the day it is. It's time for the American Car Classics Radio Podcast. I'm Kenny. This is, wait a minute, Stephanie.
Yes, sir.
That's not Chris.
It is not. It is not. Who do we have with us today, Kenny?
Well, we're going to bring this thing on and we're going to see what happens. I don't know. It may go good. It may snowball. We'll have to find out what happens. Everybody, this is Summer Kelly. Welcome, Summer. I appreciate you coming on the show today. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Summer.
Hello.
You tweaking out a little bit on this?
Maybe.
Okay. We could blur your face and the people won't know who really, like, it's just... Look, it's all good because I said to Stephanie the first time I did this almost 12 years ago in the studio, I said there, look at the camera. I was like geeking out, like making facial. I don't know what's going on still. And then Stephanie was like,
don't make faces
the
like
first
that.
time. Well, that's because so Stephanie did a little bit, but yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah,
So
I've always
the cameras
been
are
kind
here,
of weird.
And if she needs to get in there and I need to do some serious testimonial about something going on, then we get to stare at this camera here. And otherwise,
Yeah,
this is a
then
joint
I do
camera.
this,
Do
and
this.
he stares
And I'm
into
like,
it.
hey, what's up, buddy? I'm kidding.
And then when I want it to be me, it's me.
So everybody, hey, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it very much. It's been 3 weeks since we've been on here. It's been a couple weeks too long. I
Yeah.
like to do this a lot, but I'm the one that talks a lot. So I guess it's maybe we should set a camera up where it just is, Kenny, I could just come here and talk for hours.
That could be therapy. We could put a mirror in front of you.
Well, I could.
Yeah.
Look, what if we just did a camera from overhead and I did like a puzzle, or you like Legos. You're a geek. I have Legos, so we could build some Legos or something.
Lego cars.
HR's coming in now.
Cars.
You just called your employee a geek.
Hot rods? Hot rods are coming in?
I said HR.
Yeah, hot rods.
Hot rods. Yeah.
In our
Yeah.
company, the old HR department is what we're building in the shop.
Oh man, we'd die.
Which is really, so we're going to just do this and start talking about
What
it.
are we building in the shop there, guys?
Well, the Rogers MG, the 1960 MG has left. It's gone to a import tune store to get a lot of mechanical stuff. It runs and drives, but this was not our forte, adding oil to the carburetors. Normally try to keep oil out of a carburetor. So this has gone to them and they're going to do some fine tuning on it, get it really running and driving great. Then it's going to come back and we're going to do a little bit of ending work on it. But this is a car that we've had for 14 months.
yeah, I think it's the first MG that I've seen, period, until we started going to car shows.
Yeah, it's like a freaking algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't see them and all of a sudden it's like, there they are. So this car sat in the barn for 34 years and we got to pull it out and we got to do this whole car. This was a little bit before you came along. Yes, Summer is an employee at Dolphin Auto. She's not on the automotive side. There's actually a twist to that. She has a sister who is in high school, but she wants to apprentice as a mechanic later. So the story how I had you guys introduce yourselves to a wrench and ratchet to see what went on, that was good because that's the first time I ever heard you drop an F-bomb.
Well, it won't be the last time.
No, know that. So we are getting ready to go to. I've asked you. We're going to Sema. This is the American Car Classics first trip out. This is my first trip to SEMA, although I've done Vegas a few times. I'm planning on driving Lucy, the 1970 Nova that we've owned for 6 years, and we're trying to do a whole. Look, Kenny, see, I had a motor and it ran and drove. It had a little smoke, but it was a good little small block and nothing wrong with it. Started up, turned to keep, did burnouts, all this. But I like 5,000 miles, and do I want to take this old motor and do it? So let's just do. I bought this tune port injection, ported and polished, big runners, ports. Everything was. I bought it 4 years ago. I said I'm going to build an L98 for that car, and everybody's like, "Why? Tune port is so dumb. You can't tune it." But those people don't know it.
Tune port, huh?
Yeah, they say they can't do it.
This sounds familiar from today.
Right, that's my. So now we built the motors going in, the car, the chassis getting done. We're not painting it, although you painted the firewall, and the engine, And what is the color? I mean, it was
like a light kind of green. Kind of like a sagey, like a deep sage color.
You wanted more sage, kind of. It's almost emerald. It's got a lot of silver flake in it, and it's just going to be beautiful. So we'll have a lot of pictures on this. But the MG, we've got a whole thing, and we're going to have Roger on the show.
I have a picture
that.
of her painting the MG right here.
That is the roof of the MG being painted there.
I don't know why it did
so.
that.
Okay. So so we're just
Sorry about that technical error on my part.
And that's a video playing, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I don't get it. So we're learning a few things and learning what we're doing here, all this stuff and everything else. You know us. But someone's gotten in here. Someone's been with us for
since July.
It seems like a lot longer.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Today is actually what, the 16th? Is it the 16th of October?
The 5th. Yeah.
This car has to be in 10 days from right now. Is the Helping Seniors of Brevard car giveaway at the American Muscle Car Museum in Melbourne. Over 500 of the most beautiful exotic cars you've ever seen in your life.
I've never been there.
Neither have I.
No. So it's incredible. Andrew and them guys out there run it, and they do. Mark Pollock, he owns it and operates, and he's just a hell of a guy. So I've told the story before how I met Mark. It's quite funny. I'll tell you later. But we want to be to that with Lucy, because we have entered to win a car, but at the same time, Gary Fink with Helping Seniors of Brevard, he has allowed us to come in as a podcast, to set up, to talk, to have our lav mics, our cameras all out, record this whole thing, do with Mark at the museum. But also they're going to highlight Lucy and the trip. And this trip is, I'm getting in this car, and I've asked Summer if she wanted to tag along, which is dumb, but a co-pilot
which is dumb. Well, I'm good with directions.
Yes. No, right. Well, I need
and someone to help you if your tires go out, if you need to change
if you're doing
whatever.
if you're doing a rally race, you always have a co-pilot, because a navigator, you have to have somebody to help tell where gas is, looking at all this stuff, do whatever, know that you've got this and that going on. But if I'm doing something at night on the side of the road, I need to hold lights, I need to get tough tools, whatever else.
I'm just excited cars. There's someone that's going to be there to help you with. You're just not 40, 30, 20.
Look, all right.
I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying.
You want to know what year the microwave was invented? Do you want to know how old I was when the microwave was invented? I can't even say it seriously. I hate this. All right.
The button.
So we're going to go in this 1970 Nova, and we're going to drive 2,386 miles there.
I'll put up a map just to show the distance.
And I Googled the other day, what's the longest spot on that trip without gas pumps? Because I want to make sure
isn't that why you switched the route in which you were going, is because one of them is without?
Because that long leg off of I-10 up to Dallas in Texas, there's nothing. Unless we're milking a cow and getting the car to run off of milk.
Okay, so what happens, say you have something go wrong? What is the plan?
Summer.
What is the plan?
I am bringing
there we go.
I bought a water pump locally, so I'll have a warranty on that.
Okay.
I'm bringing a spare alternator. The alternator I have on there has just been gone through. The starter's just been gone through. I'm going to have all new wiring harness, all new cables. I've got
Lucy was naked last week.
We dropped the motor in today, but the transmission's back in. There's no wiring run. And today we found out that the heads were wrong. So we unbolted them. And now I'm going to Vero tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. to try to find a set of L98 D-port aluminum heads off of a core.
If you have any, please let us know.
Yeah, right.
We need it by Monday.
That'll be out by, that'll be late. But so I'm leaving from Ford's Garage in Vieira. Are you doing this with me? Are you doing this?
To Vegas?
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Okay, so we're going to take off from Ford's Garage in Vieira on Thursday, October 30th. We're having a live podcast up there. This is off of Lake Andrew Drive from 5 to 6. They're also doing
great food, guys.
Trunk or treat from.
Oh yeah, I got to get my truck all decorated.
9, I think it is, and then we're going to take off right from there at 6 p.m. and drive off into the sunset. Man, we're driving west. It's westbound. So
you're kind of north.
California. So yeah, so this is going to be a tough one to get done 100%, but we are working hard on it. Dolphin Juan, Scuba Steve is working on this with me, and Roy and Summer, you've been working hard on a lot of parts. The engine came out beautiful. The firewall, we had to pull the windshield because there was rust underneath the windshield cowl, massive rust. Roy took care of that over the weekend for me and got it in and got the black painted where the windshield was going to lay. Freedom Auto Glass came out, got the glass back in yesterday, I think it was. So we're making progress. The front suspension's done. I've got the front brakes done. Just pulled the pumpkin cover off the rear end and it looks good. That's the rear differential for the wheels. Now I'm going from 7-inch rallies in the back to 8-inch vet rallies. I hope that will fit. I will roll the lip in the rear quarter if I have to a little bit for that, but I'm also planning on squatting this with a lot of weight. So maybe I have to stay to the 7-inch rims. I don't know.
So question about adding bigger tires. And I'm asking this because of a couple clients we have came in recently.
Yep.
We're doing the tire well.
Yeah, wheel well.
So
like with Raul, right?
So if you add tire size, right?
Yeah.
And you don't add a lift,
Yep.
is it going to?
Yes. So the geometry of a vehicle is,
If you know what I mean.
is set up for a factory ride, height, size, and everything else. They build the inside of the firewall to. So you did today. You were doing Lucy's inner fender wells.
Yeah.
Now Lucy's are steel.
Okay,
Raul's
those
are
were the big
plastic.
ones
That's
that were
right.
sitting on the
That's right.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Raul's are plastic. So as his wheels he's done this, he's turned, he has chewed them up, pushed them into other pieces of metal, the frame and stuff.
Yeah,
and is
you can
wearing
see
them
the
off.
little
Yeah.
indentation from
Yeah.
it.
So he should have lifted the vehicle and maybe even gone with a different rim that was going to give a little different offset, meaning the section of the rim that's bolted to the wheel would have a little bit more gap between the inside
Or
and
just don't
and
get
where it's at.
bigger tires.
Well, but this is a guy thing, this is bigger is better. And so we sit there and try to, show our masculinity through the size of a wheel or a Corvette or something like that. Instead of just,
I hope you can show your masculinity and being a good human and like other things.
that's where I work, No, seriously, the Mach 1, we put, the customer wanted 18 and 19-inch wheels on it, offset stagger and everything else. He paid like $3,500 just for the wheels.
I remember.
I love Lucy sitting on 15s.
But I also think certain cars look better with the offset and with,
I get it.
like, I do feel that way. I do
get it.
feel that the Mach 1 looks better with a little bit bigger tire.
It does. It does. It fills the wheel well better. But Lucy's wheel wells are small. They're tight.
Yeah.
The big tire looks better on it. Thomas's truck.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just say that it's got bigger wheels and everything else but it looks good. But his truck was built. He had that little lift with it that was it actually looked like the wheels were too small for it when he bought it.
Okay.
So it
I didn't
actually
see it.
fits makes it
I
much
haven't.
better.
I've seen it now.
Right,
But
so it fits it much better, I think. So you were doing the wheel wells on Lucy, painting them. We're doing what is the paint you use on the inside where the engine's going to be?
the glittery green?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember. Like the etching primer?
No,
Or-
what paint did you use? You had is it a hot rod black or is it a satin something? It was
Yeah, it's like a satin
I haven't
black.
looked at it. But on the underside we're going to do rubberized undercoating.
Yeah.
That's just gonna keep rocks quiet and whatever else. But here the metal, I love metal a lot better than plastic because when you hit the wheel, it's not going to do that and tear it, but it can cut the wheel if it's bolts and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I've
Whatever you
noticed
do
that
is-
with a
is
couple
plastic.
clients, and I'm like, is this because of tire size? And
Yeah.
why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah. So on with Lucy because we asked you on today because Stephanie and I are really proud of you. We love you and your sister, and we think that it's awesome that you guys came along. So how we met was that your grandfather, but we call him Dad, he came out to look at a truck that we had for sale out front. And you and your sister came along with us, with him.
Yeah.
And so he came in the office and we're like, okay. And, walk out there and they made the trek out to the corner lot and start looking. And I looked a couple times through the window and, okay, cool. They're popping the hood. They're checking. I can see them turning the air on and off, whatever. Okay. They're going to look this thing over pretty well. I go back to
All day, no.
yeah. So you started out with fiberglass cars, but you had no experience. But you said to me, I've watched these chicks on YouTube. I see them doing this. I watch it. I know a little bit. So I'm kind of curious to see what it really is like. You've been working with Roy.
Why'd you say it like that?
Why did I say it like that? Because Roy and Steve are so different.
Yeah.
I mean, night and day. In Steve was at a dealership for 32 years, and he did it the way you're supposed to do it in a dealership. Now, dealerships are bureaucratic, they're political, they're all this stuff. They're not always right. You got to kind of lie and cheat and fudge, whatever, something. Roy has been an independent guy like we are at Dolphinati. He's done it himself. And so he has had to figure out how to make this happen, to make that happen. We had a Volvo come one time that this chick bashed. I don't even, she hit a car, a tree, or whatever it was.
That's hard to do. Volvos are very sturdy.
They are. This thing was smashed up. The front right was into the windshield and door.
That wasn't totaled?
It's a unibody. So it's one structure. It's not like you unbolt a fender and then unbolt the door. This was all one structure. Steve looked at it and said, dude, that's total. You need a frame machine. You're going to have to whatever. Roy went out there and he just, cigarette hanging, Mountain Dew in his
Give me a
hand,
tree.
sat there and over by the gantry crane on the ground, poured a power torch, heat this, bend. He got it within less than a half an inch being off at the door and A-pillar. It looked square everywhere, except if you stared at that one corner, you could see it.
Now, so, okay, devil's advocate.
Roy's my savant. You know what I mean? He just looks like,
Doo-doo-doo.
yeah, happy little go lucky dude going his thing, business, whatever. But when he gets into this, you can't match him.
So, question about like that type of a car, does that then change the integrity of the car?
Absolutely. Yeah, probably, I'm sure.
And I mean, right?
No, I'm sure.
I mean, I know we tell everybody
Sure.
it's up to them how we do it,
That's right.
but
This was a cash pay, no going through insurance. Didn't have to worry about, all those little things where you have liability and everything else. They signed on the dotted line, they paid the bill, and off they go.
yeah, I mean, there's certain cars that I would say I don't care what it takes to get him back on the road. I want it.
Dad put her in this car because he knew she was a young driver and it was going to be safe. It was going to take a blow. The good thing, all this was on the passenger side, so it wasn't going to hurt her initially of whatever. But if she did another front end collision, it would certainly compress farther than it did last time.
Okay.
Any metal that you reuse is going to be softer. Anything you ever heat, whenever you heat metal to shape or anything else, it will always be softer. You're breaking molecules down.
The integrity of it.
Does it make it like thinner essentially too?
Yeah, by
Millimeters.
maybe,
littles.
but right. So by little, but yeah. So you've come in, you've done this. I got you wearing these uniforms, and you'd rather be wearing a T-shirt and stuff like this. You've got this respirator on. It's the middle of summer. You sweat in it, and it's not comfortable.
No.
You've said to me, the mask is good. I'm glad you have it, but it doesn't keep all the fumes out. How do you handle this?
How do I handle this? I spray and then I run out of the fucking shop.
Literally, I mean,
I think
because
I need a bigger mask too, because after I take it off, I have like really deep red lines. Like I don't know if that's normal or if that means I need like a wider.
Just means you have a big head.
Oh,
So your head is bigger than mine.
But I'm a man. I'm supposed to be bigger, taller, stronger. So gotten frustrated over the years of trying to do body work because I'm not a body guy. I'm a mechanic. Is that everybody wants to be about, I paint. I need you to do something other than paint. I need you to get in there and take a hammer and beat out some metal. I need you to be able to cut out rust, make a panel, shape it, weld it in, sand it down, grind flat, and make sure that you can't tell it was done.
it's actually kind of funny how hard it's been to find a secondary person to do paint and body that I approve of or that you approve of, because a lot of people are primarily parts changers and painters. They take the part off, they put a new part on, they prime it, they paint it. They don't necessarily know how to fix the dents. They don't know how to fix the car accidents. Or they tell me like, oh, I'm really good at detailing, so they won't see that scratch. Well, that's great. You're great at detailing, but I want the scratch gone.
Right.
I feel like it's an art, kind of.
It is an art. But you got to be passionate, and you're young. So is the passion because you're young and it's new and it's like whatever? Because I used this word oomph to you the other day and thought there'd be a little bit more because Roy doesn't.
She just rolled her eyes.
Roy doesn't run. Yeah, when she rolls them off to the right, it kind of you can see the muscles pulling in them because I actually see it. And then you've got the RBF going on, and that just is permanent. Botox right there.
Right here.
Yeah. So it is an art. Ashley started out painting and loves this, and she does acrylics and she likes to build stuff up and do shapy things. And she did that SpongeBob so long ago that I was very proud of. But it is to sit there and for me when I first started when I was a chef, that you create something out of all these ingredients and you serve it to somebody, they're like, wow, that's incredible, because I love the garnish. I'm all about plate presentation, which is why as an owner, sometimes I expect things that I think are going to be easy, and in reality they're not. Maybe it's that,
like the hood with the. I knew it. I could see it.
So no, because that's white, and white doesn't show anything. And there was how many Haldings? 80 something or something.
80 something, I guess.
Yeah. So for me,
it was 86.
Yeah, for me it was. I wanted to know why that it wasn't like this. Just smooth as glass, and why there was an issue and stuff. When I thought we had time and what to do, and then Roy gives me a reason. I could easily call an excuse, but I'll say it's a reason. And I don't want you to learn the wrong way, because you have no bad habits. You come into this as green can be, which is why you've painted 3 green cars since you've been here.
Lots of green.
But you picked up really well. You came in with no bad habits. Roy said, Kenny, I'm impressed. Doing it, and you are thorough. You're very complete. You don't know what it is to cheat a job, so she makes sure that she does it to the edge and corner. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I do this and they're just going to tell me you should have done.
Well, she's also not comfortable yet.
What?
You know what I mean? That like comfort security where if you screw up, it's like, okay, I'm good.
Right.
But I think that's a thing that people get after working somewhere for a while or proving themselves.
Stephanie, it's the same thing in a relationship or anything we do.
Anywhere, anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I believe that's probably, I don't, look, I make things comfortable because I'm family first. And I've shown you that straight up.
Yeah.
You've seen that, it is a business, but everything can fucking stop. If we have something with a family, I was walking out of Roy's shop one time. I happened to have my keys on me, and my mom called and said, Kenny, I can't breathe. I'm having a heart attack. And I left.
Yeah.
I was gone. And I think I probably pegged $130 getting there and was there way faster than any ambulance or anything else. Because it's family. So when we call and we have an emergency, we make sure that you've got to go, you've got to go. This is
even
what
like I said, I've had that kitten and I've left for like the last 4 weeks.
She's so cute.
Randomly on Fridays, I just have to leave because all this, she's getting gas and feeling crappy and she needs an x-ray before I go into the weekend so that I can feel comfortable going into the weekend.
All because of toxic nipples.
Damn toxic.
Yeah, I hate that. So
we mean bottle nipples, not.
No, right. Mitko is growing up and she's beautiful, but it's worth it. It's worth it because at the end of the day, life is short.
Well, and she brings joy to my family who don't really have a lot to be joyous about because they're older and they don't feel a lot to feel joyful over. How people get. I think it helps my kids have something that they can play with and bring them together because they're like, oh my God, look at what she's doing now. Look at this. Look at that.
Ave with the under the door stuff. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. It sparks a conversation within people. She's a hellion.
Oh, yeah.
She rips my hands up. I've got cuts all over me, but I've never had a kitten before. My daughter had a kitten last year, but she was 8 pounds when we got her. Miko's was 5. Ounce. No, she was 0.5 of a pound when I got her. And she's only 2 pounds now, almost the same age as which we got our other cat. So she's got organs that aren't developing properly. She's got issues.
That's right.
She's got issues. But
there's a cat that was found on a bridge being run over by cars that you thought was a possum. So, all of it. But it matters. It all matters about family. And this is what Dolphinato, I pride that Dolphinato is a place where you can feel comfortable. But there's a difference between feeling comfortable and taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
I think we've had people that do that. I say that toolboxes are good to stay greased, the wheels, because they come in, they come out. And we've had turnover. I think that every shop out there does. I think that if you can keep a crew together, then you're doing something miraculous. I really do. I really think that Philip is solid.
I like him.
And if he's speaking, truth about his happiness and everything else, then we got some changes coming in the new year, and we're going to try that and do some different stuff and see how that goes. I don't think you have an issue with it. You get to come when you want to. You get to leave when you want to. You're earning some money.
She hates her job.
And you're. I think it's Roy. You have to look up to Roy. Yeah, he's a great dude.
He's awesome.
I said to Olga earlier when Roy was out there with her, Roy's wife, Olga, we love you so much.
She looked good.
She looked great.
She looked so good.
And you got to meet her.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting her.
But I said to them when you were gone that Roy, a guy would bring a guy in and not teach him everything because of competition.
Yes, sir.
I teach you everything I know, and all of a sudden you're a little bit better than me, you're a little bit faster than me, I'm fucking out the door. So he doesn't have any worries with that. With you.
Well, and I don't think Summer does either, because what did Summer tell us? I don't want to take from Roy's work.
That's exactly, quote unquote, right.
So I think it's a mutual feeling.
Roy has said to me, Kenny, and he said in front of you one time, she's my replacement. I see this, that she's going to be taking this over and doing it. I don't want you. I think you could be great. I think that if you took this real seriously, you're young, you're inspirational, you're a female, which is out of the box, out of the norm for what this business is. You're pretty. So I think that you've got the ability to, if you are good at what you do, you have the ability to stand out in it. If you learn buffing, which is
that's the next thing on the list.
Right. So I've pulled up on my back screen. I've pulled up this little mini buffer. I want to get that for her. We'll do order tomorrow because I want her to be able to start with an area that she knows she can do. And if you were doing Roger's roof and it was small and it fucked up, I don't care. We just go back and redo if we have to. But you make mistakes by learning. Better than a mechanic making a mistake by leaving a wheel loose, driving down the road, falling on, causing an accident or something like this or whatever. Then versus this. But it's this thing here was ugly. It was ugly.
It was nasty.
What was the paint on it? Was it old? You had to chip it
was like there were so many layers. The first layer was black, and then there was red and green, and the primer. There was like 5 layers of different paint.
How many layers were on that Corvette?
Like 3?
Yeah.
Like about 3.
Yeah, they said they'd had the original paint, one repaint, and then somebody they painted red once, and then they went back to the green. And then we wanted it back.
Well, I remember Roy telling me like the original paint on old Corvettes, it has like a red primer in it.
Yeah.
So when you like sand it down, you see the red.
Yeah, he brought that down to back down to fiberglass. Did some real deep repairs. He tried
to keep some of the red because he likes the original look. Yeah. He doesn't want to change that.
No, and you can tell 50-year-old primer sealer. From new, you can.
Yeah.
But only if you're going to go back down through it. I went and looked at 2 Mustangs today and that 59 Corvette. What a difference in cars. Mm-hmm. Both the Mustangs, of course, are steel, but one was a fastback and one was a convertible. And the fastback guy, he wants to ask about a paint job. And we'll talk about that when we see the car. It's because I don't know money. I'm not the guy. I think I've asked you, Stephanie, to go out and do some QC.
Yeah.
Because some of the parts don't fit great. Some of them you got to finagle and do different stuff. And it's kind of a pain in the ass. You haven't worked with the cheap China plastic bumpers. They come in a box folded in half.
In half?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go.
Yeah. You came out in the sun. And it's like my cinnamon rolls when I cook them this way, except those smell good.
And they just expand.
And they just right. So this is dumb, but we were talking about a mini that we did, and the corners looked like crap. And
that mini, I don't think those were those.
That was a China bumper. It came folded up.
So, but that came from a pretty reputable place.
It did. I will say, LKQ, I'm not worried about that. But it's the product. And so we have to look beyond. So we've learned, I don't sell China tires, the Milestars and the Star, whatever it was and whatever. I don't sell them.
Yeah.
I've had problems. I don't sell them. So
and they're warranted. They don't typically warranty their products the way that American.
So I'm not going to buy. I know we call KQ on it, but I have to. It has to now ask stuff, and we have to ask: is this a China product?
Yeah.
And I have to know. And is there a difference between China and Indonesia? I don't know.
I think instead of saying China product, it's cheap products that are made without regulation.
But everything now is so much more expensive that you go out and you buy that fender that used to cost $140 that's now $260, and customers like, I don't want to do it. So you go.
I have to deal with that with tires a lot. So
because they've gone up so much,
2 or 3 times. I mean, so people want the same exact tire that they have front and back. Well, they blow one out. They remember they spent $85, $95, $130. Well, now the product's up 10, $15, $20, $30. And then who?
More sometimes.
Yeah. And they're like, well, can you check my last ticket? Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
But
same tire.
I can't.
Same size.
It doesn't matter your last ticket because this is what I'm paying for it. And there has to be some sort of like the shop making money. It can't just make $1 or $2 because you don't want to pay more. Yeah.
Well, we're all under the crunch and we get that, but tariffs are working and they're bringing in a lot and trillions, and it is happening, and the pain won't be here forever, but growing pains do happen, and
100%.
It is hard. So it is respect and understanding in the process and everything else, and that we're all paying more too. I'm paying out more for labor. Everybody has gotten a raise as inflation went up. And we're trying to make it all happen and be fair about it. But if people don't go to Publix and ask for milk at $1 off
because they got it last month for $1 cheaper,
right? That's how it is. It's on the sticker's right there. So if we go in there, but we get people all the time that say, "Can you do any better?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm the little guy, man. Publix.
I think every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day, I hear something.
Yeah.
About cost, price, and it doesn't matter whether they've got $50,000 in their bank or $5 in their bank. It's the same. But while we're on the subject of female workers, I would love to talk about that female shop that I talked to you about.
Yeah, that was interesting. Where was that?
It's in Pennsylvania, and I cannot remember the name of it right now. But they're on Facebook, Instagram, and all the things. So it's a female shop where you can go and get a pedicure while your oil is getting changed. You can go and get a tire rotation while you're getting a massage, or you can do these different things. And they've really made this shop geared towards women.
Right.
And the feedback has been interesting because it's a lot of the same things that I hear about you, Kenny.
Is it discriminatory, though, that they won't hire men? Should we put a bowling alley up out back?
It's geared toward, just put some fishing rods out.
A cigar bar?
Fishing rods.
Yeah.
We could just fish in the lake. There's plenty.
Yeah.
I think if you have a niche, you have a niche. Like,
maybe they don't
tell you like, oh, we won't see you because you're a boy or a male.
Right.
But I do believe there's like, we prefer female because it's female to female. But so with that, I've heard from quite a bit of our older women that after their husbands have passed, you have helped them learn all of the basics about cars, whether it's how to patch it, how to change a tire, how to check their oil, how to check their coolant. My son, he didn't know how to check his coolant. And now I get phone calls, Mom, I need coolant.
Who called the other day? Who's that? That was with their Hyundai.
Lomac.
Yeah, Desiree.
Yeah. She's one. But it's really beautiful to see females coming out of their shells when it comes to boy work, man work, or whatever. Because
well, these women are putting on tutorials. They're doing.
They're putting in tutorials.
We used to do this pre-COVID. There was a time where we used to set up. We'd have coffee and donuts in the morning on once a month or every 3 months, whatever. And women from Barefoot Bay particularly would come out and do, and we'd, get a car. We'd talk about tires. We'd talk about windshield washing fluid or little things of and do a little Q&A and stuff. And it was really beneficial and helpful. So that I love to let people know where they're spending the money from, where it's going and whatever, what you bought, bring the parts. I don't need to see this. I don't want to do that,
But then they know what they're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I just went underneath the car the other day and I could tell you that, I mean, I'm learning how to diagnose things just from writing stuff up. Like,
you didn't come into this from the car world.
oh no, I knew
You'd had
nothing.
a Fiero and you knew, you'd stuff and whatever, but the lingo, the whole, hey, when you're doing an upper control arm and a lower control arm and outer tie rods, is there any overlap on this? Or am I doing 3.5 hours labor here, 2.5 there, and an hour and a half on that? And no, there is. So there's an art to it as well.
Well, and I'm learning where to look at it, where to
Yeah.
find it, if anything.
Yeah. Okay. On this Mustang today, this Mustang is a great little Mustang. I'll get a picture to Stephanie and she'll pull it up and do that. But it's, I think I showed it to you real quick. You said it was an ugly color, but it's a pretty
Yes.
Mustang. This is a 67 fastback, 66 fastback. And it's a green color. But I said,
Oh, I thought that was more of like a gray, like a
Yeah, that's
taupe.
what I was thinking.
taupe, right. So I would go with a taupe or something. This is a factory color and you can't see it because I'm being small and stupid. And let me see if you can do that. Stephanie, can you go to that camera?
Oh, hi. I'm not even paying attention.
You're not going to be able to see it because the lights suck.
So it kind of
So
looks
anyway-
gold in that.
Anyway, yeah, kind of. So you'll get a picture up there on the B-roll. But I said to the customer, this car is very, very clean. I felt all the lips and edges. There's no rust anywhere. There's 2 spots that have been worked. There's 1 spot that has Bondo. Magnets. You have magnets, and you can tell how thick. There are little readers, like stud finders in walls for construction. There's a mill that measures how many millimeters or milliliters there is of paint. They call mills. It's a mill tester.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so it lets you know where Bondo is versus where just is, or how many coats of paint you've got on it and all that. So it's very good. But I said to the customer, I said, look, so not doing door jams, taking all the chrome off is expensive. I don't need to take the chrome off. I said, I want to do the job. I'm not going to do the job if we're going to half-ass it. Well, I don't need a show quality car.
Well, and not taking the chrome off, how do you get those edges so that you're
Right.
not accidentally painting the chrome? That would be like taking a little itty bitty paintbrush, going back through, which
No.
would just be ridiculous.
It is
And then the
Roy.
taping.
It's Roy with those long fingernails.
Hey,
And I'm telling you.
we love you, Roy.
But the tape goes on, and Steve, I've got video of Steve taping off these valve covers to do a custom paintwork on. It took him like 5 hours, but you're doing pinstripe and you're moving it, and you're doing the flames on the dolphin, the purple. so it's it's an artwork. It's art form. You got to pay for this. And in our shop on this, it's $90 an hour, but through restorations, it's an hour, $100 an hour. But it's time consuming to sit there and tape it all up. Now it's time consuming to take it off. But the big advantage is if you leave the chrome on and you can only paint to here, then your clear coat has an edge. It will now start to flake through Florida sun, UV rays, and everything else, and you will get a crack and a split, and it will fade back, and it will start to lift, and it'll look like shit.
Yeah.
If you sit here and you do clear all the way to the edge where it's wrapping and grabbing and goes to a corner, it's now got something to bond on. It's not going to lift on that edge.
Yeah.
But if you stop at that trim, it's gonna. So the importance.
Well, and then
of
the
taking
salt
trim-
water.
Well, this guy's. I'm sitting here holding his windshield. I was like, this looks like shit. He's like, but no matter. His answer was, no matter how many car shows you go to with the greatest car, you're always going to see somebody who's got something better. I know, but this looks like shit. I don't want to paint like that. So I'm going to take the chrome off. It's going to be $1,000 to $1,500 just to take the chrome off. So I said this to the guy, I'm at no less than 5 to just shoot paint on this. I am at 8 to pull the chrome and do this right. Well, he said, you just said $1,000 to $1,500, but that's a $3,000 difference. That's how it goes. This is where
That's
it's
to
at.
take it off, and then you need to put it back on.
Damn right. So I said to Steve, when we got in the car, I said, where were you at in the car? He goes, that's hold of 8 to 10. That's where I was. So I went to 8. So we're at 8 on the car. What do you think Roy's going to give me?
Probably like about the same we're going to do on that Corvette.
12, 15, 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one that we're doing next year, the other Corvette, that's a 22 to 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If we're
but
putting all the good work into it.
Right, all the good work. See, and this talks. We send things back and forth about blocks, about how to do and what to do and how many and what do you want, a long block, a short block, a soft block, a hard block. It's so important because Steve, he got there and he sat down and he went like this, right down the side of the quarter panel. He said, yeah, especially that door and quarter panel on the passenger side, it's just got a lot of waves. Now, customers like, shit, it looks smooth. But we went out to that shop. Roy and I went out to see that 64 Corvette of Joe's. And guys, like, I've been working on this for 7 years.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
The body's flawless. Roy said, give me a paper towel. He got the paper towel. He dry. He said, now, rub your hand. He goes, oh my God, I feel all these little waves. He goes, you never felt them before, did you? Put something between your hand and that car. And Roy showed this guy, your car needs a lot of work. And he was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I even mentioned it to this gentleman that we get a lot of people who say it's perfect, it's immaculate, it doesn't need any body work.
Right.
It just needs to be shot.
Right.
It just needs to be primed. It just needs to be shot. And then we see it and you're like, what's this hole? What's this? What's that?
Right.
What's this wave? What's this? And I just think sometimes people stare at things for so long that they become something they're not necessarily are.
When I go into the paint room, it's like, oh God, I already know that if I'm not mentally well, that I come with this little bit of a dude, and that it's like, we're doing this shit again, and I don't want that. But it is reality that I'm the owner, and I have my name's on it. Your face is here because you're the person they're talking to when they come in the door. You're the one explaining
I'm the one getting yelled at.
Clifton Poe why his Corvette hadn't done yet, and all these other whatevers and stuff.
I didn't explain it very well today. Sorry.
I go into you and I'm talking about the Corvette. And I'm saying that one day I went in there. I was like, I want to talk about blocks. Are we doing this? Has she used a block? I want to know if you used a fucking block on this, or is he just doing your hand doing? Because the hand isn't getting it.
He has a block, but it's really small. It doesn't cover a lot of surface.
Right.
And it's really old, which
that's right.
That's okay. It still works.
Yes.
It still works as a block, but
so does Roy.
The videos of people with those the videos of people with the really long blocks on Facebook.
Yeah.
I really want one of those.
Yeah.
So I order things, let me know.
So I have a set and they've walked off because some people like my stuff apparently better than I like my stuff. I'm not going to mention names, but you're tall, you know who you are. So
thrown off squirrel.
It is about buying the right tools, having the right tools, the knowledge and how to use these tools, because these guys are coming in and showing tutorials on how to use them and what to do. I think that's a big deal. You've got to know how to use this. And I think, and I love you, Roy. Watch the show. Fuck off. I think that he sells you short on some of that stuff. I think that Roy has a great way of doing, but I've had to call him on a few things and stuff. But even Steve, I've had to call, and he's had to redo, and there's been stuff. And I'm not a body guy, so I don't know what's right, wrong, 100%. Where should we go? What? So I too look at social media. I too watch TV, and I go back to the days of thunder. Tom Cruise sitting at the bar talking about, what do I need? A little bit more wedge in here, a little bit more angle there. Do I need to do this? Do I need to roll it down? And he's like, I don't know. I just watch ESPN. I learned a lot of racing by watching ESPN. I watch Kindigat. I watch Martin Brothers. I watch these guys that do this. They a 1 hour show shows a 6-month restoration. So you're not learning a lot.
Right. You're like, wait, why is it taking us 4 days
but
when he did it in 2 minutes?
Right. But when this guy is sitting here talking about, this is why I'm using powder guide coat.
Yeah, I've seen videos of that too, like the purple or the black.
Now guide coat is very important. For me, when I first started learning this, guide coat to me was taking a can of black spray paint and just misting it to where it just kind of speckled down and gave you that when you sanded back, you could still see your low spots. You'd know where to go, or that when you were knocking it down, you had your high spots off and then you were good. But the powder guide coat, he goes in and tells you why it works like it does. Here's this, and I'm using this wrong block. You see that? But now if I come back and do it again, and then I reapply like this, now you're seeing where. It's not about how you hold the block. It's when you hold the block. It's what angle am I working. It's when you cut meat, you cut with the grain or against the grain. It depends if the meat's going to be tender or tough. That's how it goes. So I come in there with the name on the business and the financial responsibility of it, and I want some knowledge. We're going to wrap this up. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about, and you feel comfortable enough, we're going to have you back, because I want to talk a lot about what your thoughts were going in day one versus what you do now. Because you come in, you're comfortable, you got the stereo, you turn it on, you do your thing, you're alone sometimes, and you know where to go and what to do because Roy's giving you direction on it. There are certain things that you're not going to do without his guidance or direction. You've already told me that. I haven't been shown that. I'm not comfortable yet.
But that's a big thing.
Yeah, you haven't worked with Steve, great. And yet you know there's a difference between he and Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to work when Steve does the Mustang, I want you to work for Pam Anderson. I want you to work with him on some of that.
Pamela Anderson?
We have Pamela Anderson's mixed Mustang here.
What?
Yep. Not the Pamela Anderson.
But a Pamela.
And I know you didn't I talked to most. Just happens.
Well, I want to do an episode where it's like knowledge that women should have.
Yeah, Stephanie, you've got a lot of stuff, and we obviously can go on forever and ever, whatever. You've got to go potty, and, and you want to talk Halloween stuff, and we've all got something, whatever. But what we're doing is our podcast, which I love to do. I'm very passionate about it. I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I want to keep it going through everything that I can, thick or thin. The spirit around the shop has gotten great. I think that I've been able to pull myself out of a little bit of a funk, which maybe kept us from having a podcast or two. I think that I love having you two around to communicate with, to bounce stuff off of. We all kind of have a little bit of life going on that we all get to talk about.
Just a little bit of life.
Our stuff, and I really appreciate that. There's a value as being a friend and a shop owner, but that you bring life to Roy and you make it fun around there. You are perfect for everything that you do and where you are. And if you're going to get into a restaurant, then we're going to get into a restaurant. We're going to figure that out.
I'm not getting into a restaurant. I just told him it would be great if somebody would buy that restaurant and turn it into something.
I would like to, as I tried to get away more from some things that I've done and been doing, would love to get back into cooking or back into restaurant something. I actually, from an old podcast friend, Cindy Getz, came up with a name for a high-end burger joint long before Ford's Garage came around. I'll tell you off the air what that name is. It's actually very cool. And it comes with a lot of ability, but it's
I feel
now,
like it's going to be super dorky.
But now it's it's 100% takeoff on Ford's Garage. 100%.
Oh.
It's like they saw my algorithm. No shit.
Your brain was in their brain.
Yeah, which is
Crazy.
Messed up for them. So you're not going anywhere quick, right?
No.
You're going to hang out, learn, do this, and figure it out. And Roy's a good teacher. I want you to learn from Steve a little bit, but you're having fun. It is satisfying.
It is fun.
It is artwork.
It's tedious at times, but it's fun.
It is. I mean, a Corvette's a big car.
Yeah.
And you got to go around the hood on the inside edge, around the fenders on the lips down below. The fender gets this big, the door gets this big, and the quarter panel's that long.
Yeah, the door jams were a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That was like my least favorite part.
And that's where we saw you down there with a DA. Using a DA on the door jam, which is hard because that's a big disc. It's moving fast and the area is small.
Yeah.
And it's fiberglass, so you can burn through fiberglass a lot quicker than you can burn through metal.
Yeah. Well, the door jams, I think they were metal,
Were
not
they?
fiberglass. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
I have to look into that.
I don't know. Can you tell here?
When I'm standing
that bottom part is metal, I agree.
Yeah.
But that back jam is plastic, is fiberglass. Maybe below the A pillar, which is metal as well, where the hinge is, right?
Yeah.
So okay.
And that little piece that sticks out is metal.
Yeah, that's structure, right? Yeah. But
She's
you're
all
good.
dainty with it.
You're meticulous with it. And yesterday you had green paint all over your hands, and Roy's like, well, Kenny, I got that because I do that pretty good.
Yeah, you
Kenny,
did.
I got it because I was holding it apart so she could turn it and get it a little bit easier. And I said, well, her hands are green too. And he says, yeah, she picked it up too a little bit. It was cute and all that, but you're not afraid to get dirty. You care about your job, which is what it takes. It takes passion.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose heart, don't come to work because it's not going to be right. It's not going to be great. It needs to be great because I tell people when we're doing an oil change or whatever, they're like, no fender covering or leaning on, they got grease or something. This may be a piece of shit, but it's their piece of shit.
Right.
I mean, treat it with, show them that you give a crap about what you're doing, whether it's on a cool car or not.
Mm-hmm.
Phil was like, man, I really made a decision to come here because you got the old car. So I just love having that break. The computer stuff is boring and it sucks. And it's, you talk about tedious. Oh my F, man. This is ridiculous what we're going through. Your sister's car. I mean, just stupid stuff. This is, so anyway, that's summer. And Stephanie will get some Instagram information. And I want you all to tune in to our trip across America. 16 days, 15.
The journey to Sema.
Are you going to vlog that?
Yes.
we are going to vlog.
That's why I said you need to
Vlog.
have technology skills for us.
Yeah. We have a 360 camera. We've got the suction stuff for the back. We've got GoPros and we've got the iPhones on. And this is
Yeah.
Okay.
This is I.
Yeah, and so we're doing,
I as I.
So we're Ozzy. So we're doing that, and we're gonna see how it all goes. And we're gonna every night we want to sit and do a little, how the trip was that day, whatever. Send it over to Stephanie. She's gonna edit it, while everybody else is sleeping. And in the morning, it's gonna miraculously be there for people to watch the day before trek across.
Yeah.
We've got 4 days to get there, leaving Florida on Thursday at 6 p.m., driving straight through. A little bit of cat nap sleep here, rest stop, Buc-ee's and whatever we're doing there, to drive I-10 over to Dallas, Texas. And then we will sleep, and we have to be there by 10 o'clock, maybe noon on the 1st of November.
The 1st of November. Okay.
So that's like,
I thought it was on the 4th.
no, this is just to Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Right.
Okay.
We have to
Plano.
We have to be in right, because there's a Ford's Garage in Plano, Texas that we're going to go to.
And have a podcast.
Yeah, and Richard Rawlings, if you're hearing all this, we want you out there too with some of your cars and people. And then we're going to drive, and we'll get a hotel that night because that'll be the first night to shower and sleep in a day and a half or 2 days.
Ew.
And then we'll go to drive up north a little bit and then head through New Mexico and then Arizona and then into Vegas, where then we can crash, and we got to be there by the evening of the 3rd, because I think it's the 4th, 5th, and
The 4th, 5th, 6th.
and 7th or something. Right. So that's how it's going to go. That's SEMA. And then we've been invited to stay the 4 days after SEMA ends, and Meekum Auctions is coming into Vegas, and they're doing their whole auction. So we've got credentials and passes to go to that and stay and do that as well. Which I thought, if we had the title and everything worked out and done paperwork wise on Lucy, and she had performed really good, and we went out to Vegas and we were there for Meekum, that I'd win in Vegas. You live once, so you do it. You do everything that's in front of you. So I figured we maybe list Lucy and run her across the block and see if she'd bring 40 or 50 grand.
Do you see this face I'm giving you?
After all the work we're putting into it.
And Lucy's family, she's very popular around here, and all that knows her. And Ed's calling, "Hey Ed, I'm on the radio. I'll call you right back. Love you." He's helping. He's the one that's got the cylinder heads for my. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay. Hey. So I'm Kenny. Summer, thanks for joining us.
Thank you
Come
for
back.
having me. Yeah.
Stephanie, love you as always. We are the American Car Classics Radio Podcast. Remember, YouTube, our cross trip,
Our journey to SEMA.
whatever. It's going to be epic. Greg's playing us out.
You can judge them. It's okay. Right?